So, yeah. About 3.5 years ago, I had the honor and privilege of playing a celebration of life ceremony for a 97-year-old World War II veteran. I didn't know him. I didn't know the family. It was being held at a winery that I used to play at fairly regularly, and the family had asked the owners of the winery, "Hey, do you know any fat guys who can sing classic country songs?" And I'd be damned, I was available. And so they called me, and we worked out everything. And when you play a funeral or things of that nature, it's not your job to console the family. It's not your job to tell them that their loved one is in a better place. Your job is to show up, sing the songs that they want to hear to remind them of their loved one, get your check and go home. And that's fine. And that's what I fully planned on doing. But we got about 5 minutes into this ceremony, and everybody was getting up telling stories. And these weren't like regular stories, because they were talking about, everybody had their own story for him. It wasn't, oh, he was a great man, next grandkid stands up. But it was these stories of how this man individually touched their lives. And the one thing that came up in almost every story, though, was how much him and his wife just absolutely loved each other. They said you'd see them sitting on the same side of the booth, holding hands, kissing each other in their 90s. And I just thought that was beautiful. So I'd written down in my phone a line, and it actually became the first line of this song. But the last story that was told, don't cry yet, baby, I promise it gets better. But the last story that was told was, they said they checked him into hospice care. And every night at 5 o'clock, she would come in, watch TV with him, just spend time with him for about 2 hours, and she'd go home. Well, this went on for 2.5 weeks, and if you know anything about hospice care, 2.5 weeks is about 5 times the amount of days you're supposed to be in hospice care. But faithfully, she was there every night. And right there at that 2.5 week mark, she came in and spent time with us. She was getting ready to leave. And they said that she had kissed him goodbye, and she got to the door frame. And she stopped, she turned around, she walked back to his bedside, picked up his hand, looked into the eyes of the man that she had loved her entire life. And she said, "W.O., baby, I don't know what you're waiting on." She said, "But if you're waiting on somebody to tell you that I'm going to be okay and it's all right for you to go." She said, "I'm telling you right now, baby, it's fine." And she kissed her husband, and she walked out the door. And he went peacefully in his sleep about 2 hours later, because he knew that his queen was going to be all right without him. And so that story was told, and then they were like, and now this guy's going to sing some songs, and I'm just over there fucking crying over this man I've never met. And I'm like, why? And I was like, well, we're not gonna start with family tradition like I planned. I'm sitting there going, into the old rugged cross. I was like, we're gonna work our way back to Hank. We start with hymns, but I played the songs they wanted me to play, and then I went back home, and I woke up the next morning and I wrote this song. So this song's called "When We're Old." Will you hold my hand when we're old? When the color of your hair fades from gold? Will you cling tight to me when you're cold? Will you hold my hand when we're old? Will you walk with me when I'm slow? As the years go by, will our love grow? And tell me, is this something you know? Will you walk with me when I'm slow? I knew when I saw you in that dress, won my heart without contest. And time will put our love to the test. I knew when I saw you in that dress. Will you dance with me when the lights go down? When the band is done and we don't hear a sound. When the bar's closed and no one's around. Will you dance with me when the lights go down? So this next verse was written when I wrote the song, but I decided not to put it on the record because I didn't want this song to be in memory of his passing, but about the love that him and his lovely wife shared. So this is my Garth Brooks live only verse that is nowhere near as fun as anything Garth Brooks has ever written. I'll still put flowers on your grave. Me and the kids drop by day. I just can't wait until the day I don't have to put these flowers on this grave. I'll still hold your hand when I'm old. As the years go by, will our love grow? And tell me, is this something you know? I'll still hold your hand when I'm old. Thank you so much.